So I have no financial interest. Who is an author? An author is considered to be someone who has made substantial intellectual contributions to a published study, the ICMJE, falls under ethical considerations in the conduct and reporting of research. When it's time to publish authorship, who will be the principal author, co-authors, and in what order on the manuscript, and who should, what journal aspects or specialty journal, brief note or full paper, on the impact factor, speed of publication, book chapter, review articles. So decision about authorship, the most sensitive part of writing a paper. And we keep seeing a lot of problems happening in All India Civil Society presentations and in IGO. 2 years back, we have withdrawn an award because somebody saw it was published in it was presented in American Academy of Ophthalmology, where the author put a signature that the American Academy owns it, and they won an award in All India the previous year. And we had to withdraw it. And I think the author exactly photographs, all the photographs are the same. And each author should have participated sufficiently in the work to take public responsibility for the content. And this participation must include conception or design or analysis and interpretation of data or both. Drafting the article or revising it for critically important intellectual content. Final approval of the version to be published, but participation solely in the collection of data does not justify authorship. That's in the BMJ reference I have given. And I think that's an important thing. Who has to be an author? Acquisition of funding, collection of data, or general supervision of the research group alone does not justify authorship. Group author, when submitting a manuscript, the corresponding author should clearly indicate the preferred citation and should clearly identify all individual authors as well as the group name. All persons designated as authors should qualify for authorship. Each author should have participated sufficiently in the work to take public responsibility for appropriate portions of the content. And I think it's a big problem in a lot of medical colleges in India, and I think that's another reason I'm writing the book, so that, and now the Medical Council of India has made it mandatory for all postgraduate institutions that each one should submit one article at least within 3 years for peer-reviewed publication. So I think the professors also should know their role. And all members of the group who are named as authors should fully meet the above criteria for authorship, and I think I will circulate to all the professors. Order of authors' names. The sequence of authors should be determined by the relative overall contributions to the manuscript, and the order of authorship on the byline should be a joint decision of the co-authors. Authors should be prepared to explain the order in which authors are listed. Some journals now also request that one or more authors referred to as guarantors be identified as the person who takes responsibility for the integrity of the work as a whole from inception to published article and publish that information. First author should be the person who contributed most to the work, including the writing the manuscript, and should have adapted a hypothesis, defined precise methods, participated in a major way in analysis and interpretation of results written in the paper. And lead author, a person who is responsible for ensuring that all other authors review and approve the final version. And the co-author should have made significant contribution to the planning and execution of the research, the methods and procedures, the collection and analysis of the data, and other details. Senior author formulated the original hypothesis or provided significant intellectual resources and provided constructive criticism of the manuscript and accepted responsibility for the findings and the authorship. Order of authors' names. It is common practice to have the senior author appear last, sometimes regardless of his or her contribution. For young authors, there are two positions that count, first and last, and attached to either position is the status associated with the being the author for correspondence. The best combination is to be first author and the author for correspondence. And all contributions who do not meet the criteria for authorship should be listed in an acknowledgement section. Who provided purely technical help, writing assistance, department chair who provided only general support, financial and material support. And if I have a big problem, somebody writes a paper in Cornea just because I head the institution, they just want to write my name, and I feel insulted. I keep telling them, you think you're honoring me, but actually you're insulting me. Because I don't know anything in Cornea and I have my name there, which is really absolutely problematic. And authorship, what doesn't count? Supervision of first author, chair of department, chief of division, director of the laboratory, etc. And statistical advice alone, data entry, processing or management, and providing or helping obtain space, money, staff or other resources. So the senior author sometimes takes responsibility for writing the paper, especially when the research student has not yet learned the skills of scientific writing. The senior author then becomes a corresponding author, but should the student be the first author? Some supervisors put their students first, others put their own names first. Perhaps it should be decided on the absolute amount of time spent on the project by the student in getting the data and the supervisor in providing help and in writing the paper, or perhaps the supervisor should be satisfied with being corresponding author. So I think it has to be an ethical understanding. I suggest that they should write and sign each other within the department before they even given a dissertation or a topic, so that they are clear that even somebody is going to use their work, or even after they finish the postgraduate, and no point in backbiting because you have already finished. And if you have not done anything also, as Shiv Kera says, if you see the crime happening and not reported, you are a criminal. So most scientists have their own policy. Whatever policy your supervisor or colleagues have, there are usually good reasons for that. Tradition, experience, or just the plain old selfish genes that we all carry. And how to avoid problems with authorship. I agree with your collaborators that you will follow the international guidelines. And I agree before starting the research, and this is what I think I find in India, they don't do that, and after completing they have a fight, or even after publishing they have a fight. And if necessary, discuss why each patient should be an author. And agree on the tentative order of authors and on who will be corresponding author. And I think I made a rule in my own place that please be sure of this and don't add any name just because they are name. Don't add a senior author to improve the chances of the publication. And honorary was the ghost. Honorary authors, named authors who have not met authorship criteria. Ghost authors, individuals not named as authors but who contribute substantially to the work. And authorship, what doesn't come. Providing or recruiting study patients or other material, collecting interview data or other specimens or measurements, coordinating the data collection process, and in reality, the best that we usually achieve is each author offers a specific expertise, and all authors comment on the final draft of the manuscript. Only the primary author is truly involved in all aspects of the study. Thank you very much.